Chapter 26, posted May 4th, 2020. The dress still had tags on it. I'd purchased it a year ago in case I ever had a special occasion. I figure this qualified. Fortunately, the few pounds I'd put on over the month didn't interfere with the fit. Julianne and I debated about my hair up or down thing forever. Finally decided on an updo with a few wispy locks hanging down. Maybe something to tempt Tim to take it down? That was always my favorite part of a historical romance. It's probably a reaction from keeping my hair so short for Craig. I loved my long hair and hoped Cade did too. 15 minutes before Cade would pick me up, he texted, "Don't forget your mask." Me. Got it. It's still unclear to me whether we have to wear it in the restaurant or if the rule applies to employees. Cade. You don't need it in the car. Smiley face, winky face. I hadn't intended to wear my mask unless they required it. I was more than ready for our first kiss and spent far more time imagining it than a woman should. Having him pull off my mask to initiate the kiss didn't work for me. I don't care how many PSAs famous actors film, not one of them can make a mask alluring. Despite the Dread Pirate Roberts' claim that everyone would be wearing masks because they were more comfortable, I couldn't agree. I paced, waiting for him to come. More butterflies fluttered inside of me than had since my first date in high school. My heels pinched. I guess that's because I hadn't worn shoes much this month. It's Cade. If you like him, he likes you. You've been on dozens of dates this month. Calm down. My rational side was not winning. Finally, he pulled his truck into my driveway. I stood in the hall where I could see him out of the window, but he couldn't see me in the shadows. He looked good in a jacket with the blue button-down shirt open at the top. He carried a single red rose. I waited for a beat after the doorbell rang to answer the door. I couldn't find my voice, so I just smiled. He handed me the rose. Our fingers touched. I wondered if I gathered static electricity pacing, but it wasn't that kind of shock. I took my time pulling my hand away. Come in for a moment while I put this in a vase. Cade closed the door behind him and waited while I ran into the kitchen. I wish Julianne was there, so I didn't need to leave him. I brought the vase back out with me and set it on the end table. You cut off the thorns? He swallowed. Maybe he was as nervous as I was. I didn't want you to prick yourself. His gaze swept over me. I like your dress. I stepped closer, breaking the invisible 6-foot barrier. You look nice all dressed up, too. I took another step. He reached out and took my right hand with his left, our fingers intertwined. We both looked at our hands as if there was something magical, almost reverent about the moment. When I looked up at Cade, he was already looking at me, his eyes soft and inviting. He raised his other hand to my cheek and tucked a curl behind my ear. You wore the earrings. I leaned my cheek into his palm and smiled. Cade didn't give me any warning. His lips touched mine with a feather-soft kiss. He lingered for a moment, allowing me to respond before pulling back and dropping his hand to my waist. He rested his forehead on mine. Now we can both enjoy the evening without wondering. I brought my free hand between us and rested on his chest. His heart raced with mine. Wanting to see his eyes, I pulled back. I knew it would be perfect. I initiated the second kiss, and it was impossibly better than the first.